So today we wanted to talk about a part that I went through and made. We have our annual party called Palooza in the middle of July. And with the release of the 1500 earlier this year, I wanted to make a little memento for everybody in the company, just to have as a reminder of all the work that everybody put in. So this is the part that I came up with as mostly just a little desk ornament, but I wanted to be a little bit of a memento and tribute to the development of the 1500. This wave pattern that's on the part is pretty similar to the very first thing we ever ran on the 1500, which was just a curved sine wave, essentially. So I wanted to incorporate that, and then the rest of the design of it mostly just came up for what object could you have on the desk. So it's just a little bit of a plaque. But in the part, I made it a little bit more difficult for myself, where I didn't just have the sine wave pattern, I actually turned it into a compound angle. So I ended up needing to use a 4th axis in order to make this part and hit as many sides as I could in the first operation. And then we ended up making a set of soft jaws for our second operation, where we put a couple of pockets in here for feet. And my original plan was to powder coat all of these. So I also added a tapped hole for an eyelet. The powder coating didn't end up working so well, so I just sandblasted the parts. And then finally put an engraving on the front face again for an outline of the 1500, as well as each coworker's name, and then just 1500 on it. So that's just an overview of what we did on the part itself. We'll show you a bit of the machining. We have the first operation set up right now, so we'll go through that first, and then the second and third operations. All I have to do is hit cycle start.
Okay.
After that, I can walk away. Good?
Yep. Nice. Wow.
So we got op 1 done for all of our parts, so we're going to do op 2. So we're holding the part with the bottom face up, and what we're going to do is just deck off the top of it and add in a couple pockets, as well as round over a couple of our edges that we weren't able to get in op 1. So since we have a very curved shape to our part, in order to actually hold it upright, I've got a set of soft jaws here that I 3D printed, just a little bit oversized.
I don't think we've ever shot anything about 3D printed soft jaws. Is there anything you need to watch out for, or What are the advantages? Obviously for
Well, it's obviously
strange shapes.
Yeah, it's really easy to make just random oddball shapes. The downside is it is just plastic. So you can't do a lot of heavy roughing on it, and you also have to be fairly careful about how hard you're tightening the part. These I printed with, I believe it was 50% infill and 10 walls in order to try to give it as much strength as possible. But other than that, it's just normal PLA. So we're only doing a couple pockets here. There's no heavy roughing or really precise tolerances we're trying to hold on this part other than making it look good. So 3D printing was just an easy choice for this type of part. Ready?
So that's got a curve on it too. I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah, everything but that's curved. So we got our pockets on the bottom, and then I ran over to a friend's place and sandblasted all our parts. So now we're ready to put the engraving on the top, which just has the T logo for Tormach, each employee's name, and then 1500 MX on the bottom of it. The tool we're using for doing the engraving is actually our spring-loaded diamond drag engraver. It just gives a really good finish as far as contrast for the sandblasting. This is running each pass twice just to get it a little deeper.
Very nice. Who's that going to?
Whose name's on there?
I don't know. Whose name's on there? I can't read it. Oh, it's mine. Nice. Thank you. Sweet. Well, thank you.